is over. I'm Marlies.
And I'm Elise.
And this is
OutlandDish.
Are you ready to dish about some Outlander?
Let's catch you up on what happened last.
It's 1945 and World War II has just ended.
Claire and Frank Randall, separated by war, have decided to take a second honeymoon in Inverness, Scotland to get reacquainted.
It doesn't take them long.
Frank is researching his family history, including his notorious ancestor, Captain Black Jack Randall.
They take a trip to see the ruins at Castle Leoch.
They witness a druid dance party. Later, Claire returns to that same spot, Craignadoon and the Standing Stones, where she is mysteriously transported back to 1743 Scotland.
Where she sees a man that looks exactly like Frank, but it's not. It's Captain Black Jack Randall.
Before he can have his way with her, she's saved by a Highlander,
who takes her to a safe house where there's more Highlanders, and it's there that she meets the young, sexy Jamie. Frank who?
She is now held captive and is taken as prisoner to Castle Leoch, home of the Clan Mackenzie.
Rawr!
Claire realizes she was just at Castle Leoch with Frank, but that's 200 years in the future.
She gets properly attired and corseted by Mrs. Fitz.
She gets to know Jamie a little better by bandaging his wounds.
He's a wanted man.
He uses an alias.
He eats grass. And he looks good in a kilt.
Claire throws herself into medicine and caring for the clan as a way to earn their trust.
Claire has to get back to the stones at Craignadoon.
After massaging Callum's buttocks, she's invited to the Great Hall to hear some music.
Claire gets tipsy on Rhenish.
While checking Jamie's bandages, Claire gives him the quick eyelash.
Why does she even want to go back?
Later, she catches Jamie making out with Leary.
Later, Jamie plays footsie with Claire under the dinner table.
A Welsh harper plays a song about people coming through the stones at Craignadoon, going back through the stones at Craignadoon. She immediately plots her escape.
Claire plans her escape during the gathering.
Mackenzie men gather to pledge their oath to Callum.
But Jamie can't pledge his oath because he's not a Mackenzie. He's a Fraser.
Claire's escape is thwarted first by Dougal, who she has to clobber with a chair, and then by Jamie.
Really? Why does she want to go back?
Jamie pledges his obedience to Callum, and there is much rejoicing.
Roar!
Claire is taken out rent collecting with Dougal and the gang.
And they all have to camp out together.
Ew! They're also raising money for the Jacobite army to raise a force against the King of England.
And every time Jamie takes his shirt off, they throw money at him. And we take a drink.
Claire agonizes knowing that they're on the losing side of history.
All the men get drunk and Jamie decides to spend the night outside her doorstep to protect her reputation.
He doesn't go in.
A young British soldier comes upon them.
And he asks, "Tell me, madam, are you here with them by your own choice?" Claire and Dougal are taken back to the British camp to be questioned.
Where she encounters the evil Captain Black Jack Randall again.
He questions her, she lies. He doesn't believe her.
He tells her a story. She believes it. He lies.
He punches her in the stomach.
But Dougal rushes in to save the day.
They have to come back for more, says Captain Randall.
The only way out of it is if she marries and becomes a Scots. She's going to marry Jamie.
She says, "Does it bother you that I'm not a virgin?"
He says, as long as it doesn't bother you, that I am.
I'm okay with that.
I'd be okay with that. Oh
my
God.
You know, that gown was stunning.
For the 5 minutes she had it on.
He's a quick learner.
She's limber.
Claire now wears 2 wedding rings.
In 1945, Frank conducts a wide search to no avail.
Claire gets a self-defense class.
Good thing, because later on, a redcoat deserter comes upon them and attacks them.
While they're making love in the grass,
The redcoat deserter jumps on Claire and begins to rape her, but she stabs and kills him.
left alone, Claire realizes she's been near Craignadoon all along.
In 1945, Frank drives up to Craignadoon one last time. He cries and calls out her name.
In 1743, Claire is running towards the stones and hears him calling her.
She reaches out to the stone.
She's getting closer.
She almost touches it.
She's grabbed by 2 redcoats.
And they drag her back to Captain Black Jack Randall,
who begins to rape her.
And then Jamie bursts in. And then
Droughtlander begins.
And now that the drought is over, you can join us here on Outlandish, the new talk show that's going to dish about all things Outlander. And coming up this season, we have some amazing interviews.
Oh, we've got some great interviews. We have Anglophile Channel Award winners, Katrina Balfe and Sam Hewen. We have got other cast members, musicians, Diana Gabaldon. We've got a lot to bring you in the coming season.
We're also going to bring you some Scottish culture, maybe cook up some Scottish recipes.
Yikes.
And we're going to have some fun fan giveaways. But most important, we want to hear from you.
We do. We want to hear your comments and tweets. Now, for me, when Droughtlander began and that season ended at such a crazy place, I had to run and read the books. And I've noticed there are a lot of things in the series that aren't in the books. And
Yes.
personally, I love them. But we do want to hear what you think.
What you thought. Did the series live up to your imagination? Did it live up to your expectation?
Really juicy series of events coming up for those of
Yes.
you who've read the book, and I'm really excited to see how it's going to be done, what's going to be added, and how do you feel about some of the things that are going to be happening in this show.
Exactly. So we want to hear from you. We want this to be very interactive. This is one big Outlander family. We can't wait to hear from you, talk to you, and hear what you have to say. So make sure that you tweet us at Outlandish. Also follow us on Facebook. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm Marlise.
And I'm Elise.
And we're
Outlandish.